When my children were little and I would come home from work, inevitably, one of my kids would run up to me and grab my hand and they would say, "Come on, Dad, I want to show you something." And they were so excited. Sometimes they would make me close my eyes and they would guide me to their room, wherever the special surprise was, and then they would say, "Okay, you can open your eyes." And there would be some sort of construction that they had built with bristle blocks or with a fort that they had made with blankets and pillows, or it would be something that they had cooked in their toy kitchen or a coloring page that they had completed. They were sharing with me something that was special, that they had worked very hard on, that they were very proud of. In a sense, they were sharing their good news. But we would expect a different sort of good news if, when we walk into our jobs and the boss says, "I have some good news I want to share with you," we aren't expecting to be blindfolded and led into his office only to see his latest coloring page completed. We would expect that from our kids, not our boss. From our boss, when they say they have some good news they want to share with us, we are expecting a raise or a promotion. And we might expect a different sort of good news when the president gets on the television and says, "I have some good news." We are disappointed. We are offended if he holds up his latest coloring sheet or his latest Lego built house. And we're probably not that impressed if he calls a press conference announcing big news and everyone tunes in only for him to say, "Shirley Jackson from Emmett, Arkansas is going to receive an extra week of vacation. Thank you for tuning in. Good night." That's what we would expect from our boss. We would think that our president doesn't understand the gravity and weight of his position as president. We expect to hear from him when he says he has good news, that a war has ended, that the economy is going to flourish because of this and because of that. We are conditioned to think that given his position, that when he says he has good news, that the good news is going to correspond in degree to his authority and position. Matthew chapter 4, verse 23 says this, "And Jesus went throughout all Galilee, teaching in their synagogue and proclaiming the gospel," or the good news of the kingdom, "and healing every disease and every affliction among the people." So when we talk about God's good news, we should be expecting that the quality of the good news is going to correspond in degree to the person giving or producing the good news. And yet, many times, we pass over it. We don't view it this way. You know, as we think about the season that we've just come out of, we realize that we can do that same thing with Christmas. We can forget the impact and the events that were set in motion with this baby being born in Bethlehem, the God-man coming to be with us and deliver to us good news of a perfect covering for our sin. That the cradle that we've just celebrated will lead to a cross and then to an empty grave. So as we reflect on Christmas, don't miss the significance of the good news being proclaimed in the birth of Christ. Good news for all men who believe. When you pray today, please remember Sean Richards and his family, our missionaries in Papua New Guinea. And also remember the Lushai Chin Life Word broadcast that's heard in Burma.